Hello students, you are welcome to Prepclass Tutors. My name is Mr. Chima and I'm your tutor for today. Now looking at your screen, you are going to see Waec Biology 2019. That simply means that we are going to be solving past questions on biology for the year 2019. In today's section, we are going to be looking at questions 1 to 5 of this Biology Waec 2019. But before we proceed, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Try to like our videos. If you look below there, you are going to see a comment section. Try to drop your comments on our comment section box of what you think about our videos. Do not forget to share our videos so that it's going to reach as much students as possible who are also preparing for Waec. So now, let us start. Question number 1. Which of the following structures will not be found in the nucleus of a cell? A. DNA, B. Nucleus, C. Lysosome, D. Central. Remember that the nucleus of a cell is found in the center of a cell. It is responsible for controlling all the activities of a cell. So they're not asking you which of these 4 will not be found in the center of that cell, or which of the 4 will not be found in the nucleus. Okay, let us look at each of them. DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid. It is found in the nucleus and is responsible for carrying genes. You must have heard of paternity testing. Maybe a woman got pregnant and they want to know who is the father of that child. They go for the word DNA. Why? Because DNA carries gene, units of heredity. So that child is supposed to have 50% of the total genetic makeup of his father and his mother. Do you understand? Okay. So because of that, this DNA is also found in the word nucleus, because the nucleus is responsible for not only controlling cell activities, but also responsible for reproduction. So DNA is not it. Nucleolus. Of course, nucleolus is a part of the DNA. The DNA is surrounded by a nuclear membrane, and inside that nuclear membrane, you find the nucleolus. So it's the nucleolus that contains RNA, ribonucleic acid, and DNA. So it contains protein and nucleic acid. Nucleic acid simply means DNA, that's ribonucleic acid, and RNA, ribonucleic acid. So nucleolus is not the answer, because which of the following structures will not be found? Let me get my pointer, because the question says which of the following structures will not be found. This is a typo. This is supposed to be will not be found. Will not be found. Lysosome. Lysosome is a cellular organelle that is responsible for producing digestive enzymes. So it's a cellular organelle. It is outside, it's on its own. It's in the cytoplasm. So it's not in the nucleus. So I believe we've seen our answer. Central. Yes, central is not found directly in the nucleus, but central is found very, very close to the nucleus, because central plays a part in what? Cell division. Cells reproduce by dividing. Are you following? So it's the nucleus that carry out that function, but central also play a function of that cell division. So it's very found close to the nucleus. Are you following? So if you look at these 3 or these 4, the odd one out there is lysosome. It doesn't have any business with the nucleus. It is found completely in the cytoplasm, far from the nucleus. So because of that, the best answer here is lysosome. Okay. Question number 2. An example of an organ level of organization is? An example of an organ level of organization is it bed, kidney, spermatozoa, or xylem? What is organ level of organization? Or in short, what is level of organization? Level of organization is the existence of life from a single cell organism to a multicellular organism with the complex forms that perform different functions. You know, biologists say that life existed from macromolecules, like all these nitrogen, carbon, from there macromolecules fuse to become organelles, which are part of a cell. Organelles came together to form cell. Cell came together to form tissue. Tissue came together to form organs. Organs to system, then to the whole organism. So that is just basically level of organization. So they're not asking us, out of these four, which one exists in the organ level? Of course, a bird is a completely developed living organism, and a bird contains system. Are you following? A bird has a digestive system for breaking down the food it eats. A bird has a reproductive system for multiplication. Are you following? Or for reproduction, we have male, we have female. Male can produce spermatozoa, female can produce eggs. So a bird has a reproductive system. A bird has a perfect or a good circulatory system. It has a four-chambered heart type of what? Circulatory system. A bird has a nervous system. It can respond to stimuli. So bird consists of various systems, just like man. So it belongs to the system level of organization. It belongs to the, not even the system level. I think I even made a mistake because it's higher than the system level. A bird belongs to the completely developed organism. That is multicellular level of organization. Kidney. Kidney is an organ that plays role of osmoregulation or removal of what? Waste product of what? Metabolism from the bodies of what? Of living organism. So kidney belongs to organ. Man has kidney, birds have kidney. So kidney belongs to an organism. It's an excretory organ that plays role of excretion and, let's say, osmoregulation, that is maintaining salt and water balance. So kidney belongs to the organ level of organization. Spermatozoa, a sperm cell is a cell, sex cell, that is found in most male organisms. Insects, worms, some worms can produce sperm cells, birds, man, is both vertebrates and invertebrates. So spermatozoa or sperm cell belong to the cellular level of organization. It's a sex cell, so it belongs to cellular organization. Xylem is a tissue. It's a conductive tissue in plants that is responsible for conducting water. So look at all of them here. The one that is in the organ level of organization is, of course, kidney. So that is why kidney is your best answer. Very simple. Question number 3. A structural similarity between paramecium and amoeba is the presence of, is it 1 food vacuole, 2 contractile vacuoles, 2 nuclei, 1 gullet. Remember that both paramecium and amoeba are both protozoa. That is those protists that has animal-like features. So these two are animals. They cannot photosynthesize, but there is a very big difference, or very gross difference between them. Look at their structures here. You can see that the paramecium is more advanced than the amoeba. The paramecium has 2 nucleus, or let me call it 2 nuclei. 2 nuclei, or is it nuclei or nuclei? 2 nuclei. The meganucleus and the micronucleus. Amoeba has just 1. Amoeba has just 1. So we are looking for the structural similarity, but I've pointed out one difference now. 2 nuclei, 1 nuclei. Amoeba has paramecium has 2 contractile vacuoles, anterior and posterior contractile vacuoles. But amoeba has just only 1 contractile vacuole. Where is it? Okay, only 1 contractile vacuole. Paramecium has a gullet. It's much more advanced than the amoeba. It has an opening where food enters. But amoeba feed by movement of this pseudopodia. Once the pseudopodia sees food, it extends towards the food and curve, call it engulfment. And once that is done, a food vacuole is found in the center. So we've stated 3 differences: 2 contractile vacuole, 1 contractile vacuole, 2 nuclei, 1 nucleus, 1 gullet, no gullet. Food vacuole, this one has 1 food vacuole, this one too has 1 food vacuole. So that is the only similarity between them. So the correct answer is one food vacuole. You can see one food vacuole here. You can see one food vacuole here. So the best answer there is one food vacuole. Question number 5. The classes of plants, the root system in diagram 1 and 2. I don't really know why this is happening, a typo here or what. The classes of plants, the root system, okay. Maybe they are trying to say that the classes of plants in the root system, the classes of plants in, there should be an in here, in the root system in diagrams 1 and 2 below represent respectively are, let's look at 1 and 2. If you look at diagrams 1 and 2, you can see that this one extends here as if it is branching. But this one doesn't have such. This type that tends to branch is called a taproot system and is found in dicotyledonous plants. This one that looks bushy is called a fibrous root system and is found in monocotyledonous plant. That's one of the gross difference between a dicot and a monocot. So they are respectively dicotyledonous plant and monocotyledonous. You can see that I said root 1 is a taproot system found in dicotyledonous plants. Root 2 is a fibrous root system found in monocotyledonous plants. So they are basically dicotyledonous and monocotyledonous respectively. So dicotyledone and monocotyledone respectively. So A is the correct answer. Question number 5. What stage of cell division is illustrated in the diagram? Is it prophase? Is it metaphase? Is it anaphase? Is it telophase? I'll give a brief summary of the division of the definition of these 4. Then you can now tell what kind or stage of cell division is this. Now, here, before we say 1 or 2 things, this one here is the central I was talking about. This small circle up here and here. They are the centrals that play part in cell division. This thread like this thing is the spindle fiber. Then these ones that are lining here are called chromosomes. These chromosomes is the same thing as what is here. A single this thing is called a chromatid. So 2 like this. So chromosomes that exist in pairs. So call them pairs of chromatid. 1 is a chromatid. 2 in pairs is what? Chromosome. And these 2 chromatids are held together by what? Centromere. So in prophase, chromosomes condenses and become visible and spindle fibers emerge. These are the stages of cell division. At first, inside the nucleus, when you look at it through a microscope, the chromosomes will appear. That stage after the chromosomes appear and becomes visible is the prophase, is the first stage of cell division. After the prophase is the metaphase. In the metaphase, each sister chromatid is attached to a spindle fiber originating from the opposite poles. So if you see here, that tells us that in the prophase, spindle fiber is just coming out, but they are not pronounced. In the metaphase, spindle fibers are pronounced, and each of the chromatid will be set. They will set and line on a specific what? Spindle fiber. Do you understand? Now, if you look here, you can see that these ones are, though they didn't draw it very well, this one is lining here, this one is lining here. Okay. Anaphase, sister chromatids are pulled to the opposite pole. They'll come opposites. Some will stay here, some will stay here. They'll be opposite to each other. Telophase, chromosomes arrive at the opposite poles and begin to decondense. Now, for the telophase, these chromosomes that are here will come and stay here and here. But in the anaphase, they will split. Maybe some will be halfway here and here. So if you look at all this explanation, the best here is metaphase, because you can see that at this stage, chromosome, the spindle fiber is just being produced, and the sister chromatids are started what? Arranging or setting themselves to be separated. So the best answer here is what? Metaphase. So that is why metaphase is the correct answer. All right, students, we've come to the end of today's section with prep class, where we looked at past questions on biology for the year 2019, which is Waec, to be precise, past questions on biology Waec for the year 2019. We solve questions 1 to 5. Now, if you see here, you will see a link. We urge you to use this link to join our WhatsApp group. When you join our WhatsApp group, you'll be getting updates and infos on the latest video we have on YouTube. That will be very, very important to you. So, till meet again, I still remain Mr. Chima, your biology tutor with our prep class tutors. Bye and stay safe.